Hi, welcome to your midweek minutes for Module 4. And we're talking more about recruiting this week. And I think this is certainly an important topic for people in HR or anybody who is going to be in a position where they need to hire. But it's also important for people who are looking for a job. And so you're going to be in one of those two positions sometime in your career, probably in the not too distant future. And so I wanted to talk a little bit about that more and talk about kind of a contemporary issue in recruiting is web-based recruiting. So when I was young, the way that you looked for a job was pretty simple. You got the newspaper and you looked in the classified ads, and that's where the jobs were listed. And that's really not where jobs are listed anymore. I'm sure you're aware of this. You may not even read a newspaper anymore. I don't know the last time I read a newspaper, unfortunately. Jobs are more and more listed on the internet, on the web. And there are some, larger services where, they kind of go out there like Monster.com that list all kinds of different jobs. But one of the things that, this advent of web-based recruiting and recruiting people off the internet has led to is much more of a system of targeted marketing. So we're not so much, trying to get the information out there to every available job seeker. That is a waste of time. We don't want every available job seeker applying for a job. We want qualified people applying for the jobs that we post. And so one of the things that we need to do is to really know where the people who we're seeking are at on the internet. And so this is, where we really get into looking at professional organizations, for instance. So if we're, looking for to fill a teaching job, we're looking for professional organizations associated with teaching. If we're looking for someone who's an engineer, we're looking at professional associations associated with engineering, and so on and so forth. So understanding those professional organizations and what ability they have to post our jobs, and oftentimes this is where we seek jobs now. That's a very important part of the recruiting process. Okay, both for the organization, but also that's very important for you as a job seeker is to understand that many of the best jobs are posted and available through these professional organizations. So for instance, in human resource management, being connected to the Society of Human Resource Management and your local groups that are associated with the Society of Human Resource Management, that's where you're going to get a lot of your leads in HR. Another area where we're seeing a lot of targeted marketing is in LinkedIn. And so LinkedIn is great because if you're posting jobs on LinkedIn, you can have it be seen by people who have the professional qualifications that you're seeking in your job. And so it's a way of targeting where those ads are seen. And so LinkedIn is a very powerful recruiting tool. And so it's important for HR to be familiar with how to use it, but as a job seeker also, that you should really have a LinkedIn account. And because that people may be recognizing you and getting to know you through that LinkedIn account. Now, I wouldn't myself. I don't pay for my LinkedIn account. I only use the free services. If I was using LinkedIn to actually recruit employees, then I would probably want to use some of the pay services where I could do a little bit stronger search and more strong targeting of advertisements. But for job seekers, I don't think it's necessary for you to necessarily pay for LinkedIn. So another thing that we need to think about in this web-based era in organizations is that the organization's presence and its image on the internet is very important. So how does the organization look? Is there information about the vision and the mission of the organization? That's going to affect whether recruits are attracted to the organization. And as job seekers, I think it's very important that when you are sending out materials, you look for this kind of information and you tailor cover letters so that they target information about the organization's vision and mission. Another thing that the organization should really be careful about is putting job postings up there including very specific information about the job. And we've learned that a realistic job preview is important. One of the reasons is because it allows people to select themselves out of the pool if they're not qualified. And we want, again, people to select themselves out. We don't want to have to go through hundreds of irrelevant job applications. We want people who are qualified. So posting information that is very specific about the knowledge, skills, abilities, and other attributes needed for the job is a good way of attracting people who are qualified, but getting those people who aren't qualified to screen themselves out. Okay, well, I hope all is going well in class. Please contact me if you have any questions. Have a good weekend. Bye now.